Hello, I hope y'all are having a great day. It is November 15th, and today I am back with another video. Um, so today I do have quite a bit to talk about. Next week is looking very interesting for the East and the Central U.S. So let's go ahead and get started here. Just kind of, yeah, let's go and get started. So just going to start off by looking at the GFS model. Then we'll kind of go to the Canadian and then the Euro, or the Euro then the Canadian. So yeah, we can see the next storm system to impact the central and the eastern U.S. will occur Wednesday through Thursday. This is Wednesday night. We have a low up in Canada, maybe some snow showers, with very windy conditions up in the upper Midwest and the northern plains. We can see we do have a cold front stretched down into Texas with some precip along it. Nothing too significant with that. Maybe some ice and some snow up in Maine. Thursday afternoon, we can see mainly rain, but maybe we could have some snow showers, maybe some lake effects starting to get going. But look at this. This is Thursday evening, the 18th of November, and we see we might have some snow mixing in the northeast and the backside of this areas of upstate New York, western PA, northern Maine, and then we do have lake effect behind this. Pretty classic scenario for some lake effect. We can see that lake effect kicking in Friday morning. Then we have a high pressure that's going to kind of set in across the northeast. Pretty nice. It's going to be a pretty cold weekend for the east. And then this is really going to be our next storm system. We can see this is Monday morning next week, the 22nd of November. 540 lines diving way down into Kentucky. Now we have been looking at the GFS in previous runs, and the Euro has been showing a winter storm for the Northeast, but that has gone away with the 18Z run of the GFS here. Like just we go back to the 12Z, and we did see a big winter storm there for the Northeast, but we don't have that. The upper level lows further to the north, and the actual low is just much further to the east. But we do see maybe a pretty big winter storm for Maine. We'll have to see though. That's very uncertain at this time. So we're gonna have to see what is gonna happen with the Northeast next weekend, or not next weekend, next week. But what is kind of certain right now is that next week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, is looking very cold across the east, very below average. It's gonna be kind of brief though, before we get another warm up. And yeah, we go ahead and look at temperature anomalies here, and look at this. We're pretty below average this weekend, and then we can see that cold front just diving down into the east here. Temperatures Tuesday morning around maybe 20 degrees below normal areas in Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina. You had like 10 to 15 degrees below average up in the northeast. Maybe pushing 20 again in Wisconsin there. This is a week out though, so it is a bit uncertain at this time. But we can see actual temperatures indicated on the GFS. Now, I would not take these literally. I say this a lot. This is a week out, so I kind of just get the overall view you could be seeing. But we can see very cold. We could see freezing temperatures all the way down into central Georgia. Very cold. Very cold as very cold. Teens in Wisconsin, Minnesota, maybe northern Illinois as well. And we do have some 20s pushing into the northeast there. Maybe some areas along the coast getting below freezing as well. I do think we're definitely going to see that. And sometimes the GFS, it doesn't have like areas along the coast getting below freezing. I do feel like areas like right along the coast, like Boston, it does kind of have a warm bias when it comes to lows. I think it's a little bit wrong. We can see high temperatures Tuesday. Look at this though, very cold. We can see highs in the 20s, maybe across Minnesota, northern Wisconsin. Overall, very cold though for pretty much this whole area of the country. The Midwest and northern plains, southeast, mid-Atlantic, and the northeast. You can see Texas is still pretty mild though. And really, the central and southern plains are still pretty mild. Temperatures in the 60s, maybe even 60s and 70s. The southwest and the west is pretty cold as well, actually. take a look at temp anomalies, and pretty balanced here. We only have above average temperatures really in kind of this area of the plains here, into the high plains. Looking pretty good there. I wish we could have this pattern in January. It's been a while since a lot of areas have seen snow. By that I mean like areas that normally see snow in the southeast. And hopefully we'll see some pretty. I wish we'd see an average winter this winter. But I'm not gonna make any winter forecasts. That's not what this channel's about. But yeah. So let's go ahead and go over to the euro here and take a look at precip first, and we'll go over the temperatures. Kind of see how it compares to the GFS roughly. And we can see next week, this weekend, we can see we do have that, it does indicate some snow in the backside in the northeast there in the lake effect. Then our next winter storm, look at this. Now this looks really interesting. This is Monday evening next week. The Euro, I would much rather have this over the GFS. It's just because I live in the south, but we can see this is Monday evening, but we can see, look at that 540 line diving all the way down to central Georgia, even snow in North Carolina now. I wouldn't say that's going to happen. In fact, I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll have to see. And then, oh my God, I didn't. Okay, the Euro has like a full like winter storm next Monday and the Tuesday across really the mid-Atlantic states here. Look at that. Very windy as well. This looks really, this looks like, I haven't seen something like this in a while. Just look at that. Wind everywhere in the northeast. Wow, that's just like the wraparound warm air with this thing is really interesting too. Like, it's snowing on the Euro in northeastern North Carolina, but then upstate New York is getting rain, which is just that's very interesting to see. And I don't think this is gonna happen. It's really it's really uncertain at this time. And really no model agreement between the GFS and the Euro. The only thing that they kind of agree on is the general cold and the general storm system over here. But I probably would say this is not gonna happen. But we will have to see. In fact, now that I've seen that, I'd probably say I would not want the Euro because I feel like the wind with this would on the Euro. If the Euro's solution completely verified, which it's not probably, but if it did, let's just say, and it verified, the wind with that's going to be a pretty significant problem. But we go over to the Euro here, temperatures, and it's pretty cold. This is Tuesday morning. We can see we had those freezing temperatures down into the deep south. We can see our storm system here pretty clearly. 20s in the Midwest. Pretty warm across the Northeast with 40s and 50s. Tuesday afternoon, we can see very cold, 40s across the Southeast. Freezing temperatures up in the Midwest and the Northern Plains, the far Northern Plains. So the plains is like the Central Plains and the Southern Plains are pretty warm, actually. Like widespread upper 50s, 60s, and 70s. Which, I mean, there's kind of a difference, in my opinion, between 52 in like Rapid City, South Dakota, and 52 in like Macon, Georgia. I feel like there's a difference. Not like with the way it feels, but just like 52, like people in Macon, Georgia probably consider that cold. People in Rapid City, that's above average in the winter time. Like, that's probably pretty warm. Considering Rapid City, its average high, last time I checked, it was 37 in January, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 37 in January. So, I mean, that'd probably be pretty nice. Then we can see cold air definitely sinks down a little bit into the plains as we go close later in the week, next week in the Euro here. So that's kind of what the plains are known for, is these big temperature swings. But yeah, that's what I have today. There's not a whole lot going on. The last thing I want to look at is just the Canadian. Kind of see what it has. Canadian has a lot less cold air than the GFS does. Like, look at this next Tuesday, like 60s in the south, compared to the Euro and the GFS at 40s. So it's a pretty big difference. And also with this storm system, it has it really similar to the GFS here. Pretty far out pretty far into the Atlantic, with really not a lot of snow across the Northeast. So we'll have to see about that, and see what happens. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And yes, goodbye.